Hello everyone, Mike here,
And Holly.
and today we're doing a little
Q&A.
Q&A, I don't know, introduction, reintroduction, whatever the hell this becomes. Um, so yeah, we're rebooting this thing and we're getting it going again. And I don't quite know what it is. Do you?
I think we're figuring it out.
I got a sheet here with a list of questions. Hold on, I'll be back. She can talk.
So when we first started doing Learn, Give, Love, we kind of knew what we wanted to do. We knew that we wanted to touch on health and fitness, along with weight loss. Those were some of the big ones that we wanted to hit. But we kind of did it in the middle type thing. We're already in the process. We'd already been in the process of doing everything, of already starting our journey, and we threw you guys in the middle of it. And we didn't really do any explanation of what we were doing or why we were doing it or anything. So we want to backtrack and reboot Learn, Give, Love, and
See what it becomes.
yes.
Yeah, see, I personally don't know what it's gonna be, because I already have my thing that I do, right?
Yes, michaelj.com.
You guys can see me where I post a nearly everyday video. I missed yesterday because I was getting ready for this, and I'm experimenting with lighting equipment and gear that will make my life easier. Because here's a little hint and a tidbit for everybody here. When you're doing things in life, you want to do things that save you time so that you can have more time to do what's important to you. So doing this setup, like when this HD camera was out here in our living room, it was easy for me. When the kids are gone, whatever, turn it on, it looked great. But now that we moved our computer chair, reorganized our entire home
For our Christmas tree.
for a Christmas tree, and now that the computer's in my bedroom, the lighting in there is horrible. The video quality sucks, and it's just not so easy. So I've transitioned to the $1,000+ camera that we've had for over 2 years, and I haven't used, and
Having to learn how to use
yeah, I'm
that.
having to learn how to light and do things, and so we're building lighting panels, and like it's all kinds of cool stuff, and it'll save me time because when I do it right, I can make videos in groups instead of every day set up the camera, every day set up the microphone, every day hope that the kids won't sneak in the background
Merida.
and do whatever they do. But
So the goal is to work smarter, not harder, I guess.
absolutely. So I already do that. I already have something going on, and my thing so far has been it's mainly been thought process and tools that you can use to optimize your life. That's outside of this thing. I'm an optimized certified coach now.
Congratulations. I'm very proud of you.
So I'm doing that thing with 1,000+ other wonderful people, and yeah, it's amazing. But what this is or what this becomes, I don't know, because I don't know if Holly's going to do something on her own, and this is like a conglomeration or like a get together of like, what'd you do this week? What did I do this week? I don't know. Or this is Holly's main thing, and I come in every now and then and do stuff with it, or for you, or with you, because the roles that she plays and what I play they're both different. She's more of the theory and practice, or I mean, I'm theory practice, but I'm mainly the research
Yes.
dude. So yeah, and what I kind of really want to touch on a little bit, let me what I want to touch on is that if there's anybody out there that's looking at getting going on something, anything, you'll hear you need to know what you want to do. And as a person who's done this and has listened to these people for years, you're told, figure out that one thing that you want to do, just that one thing, and focus on it. It's really hard, and it's super intimidating. And if you don't know what you want to do, don't get stuck in that chain of, oh God, I got to figure out that one thing. If I don't know what that one thing is, that one thing that I'm going to do the rest of my life, I'm never going to do it. Exactly. And that's what happens. You're never going to do it.
Yeah.
So as somebody who was there and listened to everybody that said, find the one thing, that one thing that you're good at, and do that, we'll listen to that, have an idea, but start. Because who the hell knows where you're going to go or really what interests you. You might be like, dude, I'm into health.
Yeah.
And you start doing health stuff, and then you find out that I hate reading. Like... or like friggin' yeah, if you're into health and you want to present on health, you can't be presenting information from 20 years ago.
No.
Because it just ain't gonna fly today. So you gotta continue to stay up. So if you're gonna get into the health game, you're gonna be reading and practicing.
Yeah.
And I think that's where this will be a good little platform for what we do, because Holly's primary focus, at least this year, is on what?
Self-care.
Yeah. And my interest on this year is optimizing yourself so that you can be the best version of you, so that you can rock your everyday life and be an awesome person for everybody, not just you. In the optimized thing, we're all gearing ourselves towards a hero, and in the ancient etymology of hero, a hero has strength for two. It's for you and for other people, and that's where I'm geared towards. And the thing that I really find interesting about this, and Give Love, is that I haven't touched at all on fat as a fuel, exercise, optimizing your energy, any of the biohack stuff that I do. We use Aura rings. We've got a chili pad which cools down our mattress so that we sleep better.
Yeah.
And I ran a curious little tidbit of info for people. Our kids are gone for the night. And we woke up this morning and we checked our data on this Aura ring, and an Aura ring gives you a score for how well you did on things. Lo and behold, one of the best nights of sleep we've ever gotten is when the kids are gone. It's only one day, but I'm thinking I'm going to start tracking that. Anytime they're gone, I'm going to see what this thing has to say. That said, what time did they call this morning?
They called us at about 5:30 this morning. And they called because Colin was being bossy, which he's the oldest, so if the oldest is awake and the parents or whoever they're with is still sleeping, then of course, the oldest has a little bit more of authority. But that was funny. They called up, Colin's being bossy, he's telling us what to do, and I'm like, it is 5:30 in the morning. What are you doing up in the first place?
Yeah.
We've been up for over a half an hour. We got up at 5. Poor grandma.
So there's a lot of things that I do in my life that I haven't even touched on.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'm going to touch on that here or there. I don't know. But
I think this is a great platform for us to really get to explore. Because you're right. When you're, we've been told, pick one thing, get really good at that one thing, and roll with it. And my issue that I found with that is the one thing that I picked at the time rolled into so many other things that tie in together. For a while, yes, I was in there for weight loss. Well, when I was losing my weight, we never counted pounds. We only counted inches. But as the inches were going away, my self-confidence went up. I felt better physically. I felt better mentally and emotionally. I was really starting to level out. And so that's one of the issues that I have with picking one thing, is because that one thing can have a domino effect where it just keeps going and going, and you're finding that it helps in so many other areas. And when it comes down to it, it all kind of ties back together, but it branches out too. So I guess for self-care, that's kind of where it would all tie in together. When you're doing this happens and that happens, and then it all ties back to you taking care of yourself. So
Yeah, you're right. Like, if you can pick a broad category, you can end up hitting your mark and still go. So like,
yeah,
no matter what me and Holly do, we always revert back to basically the same thing. Whether it's health related, or we're at a party, or we're anywhere, what we always end up doing is helping others.
mm-hmm.
Like, if there's one thing that we do that we would do the rest of our lives, it's help. So, I mean, that kind of came up last week when we were at the little graduation ceremony, because Holly's been through this crazy weight loss journey, and people were asking why. Usually whenever there's a big change in your life, you've got that moment where it's just like, yep, I'm gonna do it,
yeah.
right? And that moment for me started. It's a little petty, it's a little small, but like, I sat down one day and I leaned over, and my little belly roll that I had at the time, it popped. Like, it popped, and I was just like, nah, like a fat roll on me popped. And I've always been skinny, and like,
Athletic and fit. Yep.
so yeah, I've always been skinny, but that was what it did it for me, and that's when we stopped eating at 8 o'clock.
We started doing the time restricted.
And so, like, Holly went through this big, gigantic weight journey, and and she was asked, what was it? Like, what got you there? And like,
really, it was Mike's fat roll that popped out. I didn't want to have to cook 2 different meals or anything, so I just rolled with it, and his good habits wound up rolling onto me. And for me, I've always been somebody who loves to support, and it's just a natural instinct of me, where when Mike's doing something, I'm always in awe, because he's always improving, he's always changing, he's always doing other things, and I just like jumping on the bandwagon. I love exploring with him, because he's always got something new that's going on. So, for me, it's like, he's like, I'm going to stop eating at 8 o'clock. And I was like, goodbye sour cream and salsa and chips. My addiction.
yeah, but that was the point, right?
It was the point. It was the point.
That was the point, right? That the whole point of stopping at eating at 8 was to cut out the crap.
Yes, because that's, we were making the kids stop sooner because they needed to sleep.
Yeah.
Get to their bed on time. So that's when they were asleep. That's when we would dive in and eat the stuff that we enjoyed. So stopping at eating at 8 o'clock was, that was our first thing that we started. And just doing that and not eating until like 8:30 in the morning was, that was huge.
Yeah. A fast is technically anything 12 hours or over. So by stopping at eating at 8, as long as you don't eat until 8 o'clock the next morning, you're pretty good to go. But yeah, maybe we should talk about that a little bit now that we've meandered our way to some sort of topic.
Yes.
And we can pull this out for later use for anybody. what exactly was the process that we went through for you to lose how many inches?
29 is my total count.
And how much? Okay, to preface this thing, how much exercise did you do to lose 29 inches?
At the beginning, none. None really.
How much throughout the thing?
I started picking it up pretty good, but it wasn't anything like super strenuous or anything. I followed Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Body.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. And it was like 15 minutes a day. And no, I wasn't always every morning waking up doing 15 minutes.
Yeah, you gotta be honest.
I am being honest. I wasn't. So, so really it didn't take a whole lot of exercise.
Yeah.
Really what I would really add in the exercise whenever I would hit that wall.
Right.
Try
to kick it over.
Just to put my body into a shock and get it going again, because that was like, it seems like I would be losing sometimes up to 3 inches a week, and then I would hit a wall, and it's like, okay, so what do I do now? And that's when I started doing Tim Ferriss's little workout that he does.
Yeah, and you did that until you hurt your chest.
Yes, I did that until I hurt my chest, and it was actually my ribs separated a little bit, and it caused problems in my sternum.
Yeah, she got Holly, in her ability to go above and beyond, decided to pull out some weed fabric during a project that we were working on, and she developed the osteochondritis. It's where you have inflammation on the back of your ribs, where it connects your spine, but it shows up here. And she couldn't do push-ups. She couldn't do burpees. She couldn't do hardly anything physical. And really what I want everybody to listen, she lost 29 inches with minimal exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm pretty sure she would like to be like, hell yeah, I worked out every day.
No, because that's not me.
Push-ups, jumping jacks.
I don't.
But that wasn't you.
No, I don't. There's never been a morning where I woke up and I'm just like, yeah, work out. I don't like working out. I don't like doing it. I do it every now and then, I get like a big motivation, I feel good, and I just, I'll do a workout, but it's not something that I wake up in the morning looking forward to doing every day.
Yeah, but it's getting better,
But
right?
it's getting better.
Now that you're realizing that exercise has other benefits.
Yeah, and well, it's changing your mentality towards it too. I'm not waking up saying I have to do this. I go, you know what? I'm awake. I have the ability to do this. I can physically do it. So I'm not looking at it as a have to. This is something that I can do.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. Obstacles make me stronger, and exercise is an obstacle.
Yes, for me it is.
So to summarize this yet again, 29 inches lost through minimal exercise. Now, you cannot out-exercise a bad eating habit.
No.
And what did we fix?
Our eating.
We fixed our eating. We focused on the eating foods. To kick off the journey, I popped my fat roll. I said, no, that ain't going to happen. And I didn't want to affect the family too much. So the first thing we did was stop eating at 8. And then after that, we transitioned into the slow carb diet from Tim Ferriss.
Yeah.
Which cut out dairy. It cut out sugars. It cut out bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a low-carb diet that uses a lot of beans and a lot of natural carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
And we did that for a while until you ran across what?
Keto.
Yeah.
I hit a plateau there was a wall right there. I stopped losing inches, and I was just kind of meandering around Facebook, and this, all of a sudden keto was everywhere, and I was like, what the heck is keto? And I was looking through it, and I was like, of course, I just saw how, turn your fat into fuel, and I'm just like, wait a minute, what? No way. And, I don't like doing a whole lot of reading on that kind of stuff. I prefer my Twilight books, but so I'm like, hey, honey, let's start doing keto. And I was like, it turns your fat into fuel. And he's like, whatever. No, it doesn't.
Yeah, I called a big... maybe I'll cuss on this channel. I call bullshit on that one. She presented it to me, and I was like, no, your body doesn't work that way. Like, your body doesn't work that way. And the fantastic thing is I was wrong. Like, I love being wrong. Like, and that proved me wrong. And, like, I went down the whole pathway. I listened to Peter Attia, Tim Ferriss, a ton of other doctors that talked about what happens when you teach your body to run on fat as a fuel source. Mm-hmm. So we ran our gamut with the slow carb diet, lost a bunch of weight on that, and transitioned into keto. And that really changed our life, because now we went from a low carb to like a basically no carb diet.
No carb, absolutely no sugars.
But we gained back bacon, and we gained back dairy products, which we should still get rid of.
Yeah.
We gained back flexibility.
Yeah.
And keto was awesome. It was amazing. And she went like right back into losing weight, and it kept going until what?
I hit another stinking plateau.
And straight into another wall. In your weight loss journey, if you ever decide to go on one, there's going to be multiple walls that you're going to have to break through.
Yeah.
So we ran into another one. And what were your thoughts on this one that we ran into?
This one I actually started doing more exercises again. I started exercising again.
But that didn't work.
That didn't really work for very long, no. And now I've lost my train of thought, because I was just thinking about all the burpees that we've been doing. And now
let me help you out in your weight loss journey. Obviously, I'm the chronicler of this thing. You're just the doer.
I am. I'm a proud guinea pig.
So she ran into another wall, and this wall, she proposed that we start doing intermittent fasting.
Oh yes, the intermittent fasting.
Which started as just an intermittent fasting thing. We played around with the thought of doing like a 16-8 fast, time restricted eating fast. Fasting, just to let everybody know, like, if you hear the word fast, just don't freak out. It just means that you're not eating for 12 hours. Like,
yeah.
So time restricted eating and fast, they're basically the same thing, because if you time restrict eat for 6 hours a day, that means for 18 hours you're not eating. Yeah. That's a fast, okay? Mm-hmm. So if you're freaked out by the word fast, whatever, use time restricted eating.
Yeah. And remember, when you stop eating, just like at where we started with this one was we then changed it. So we stopped eating at 6 o'clock at night. We
didn't do that for a long time.
No?
Long time.
I thought that was our next step. Oh.
Nope.
But anyways, during the time that you're sleeping, I mean, there you go. You're sleeping 8 hours, right? There you go. You're sleeping 8 hours of your fasting time away. So that's another way of looking at it.
So yeah, we were running along great. Hit the wall. She proposed fasting. Mm-hmm. And that was another one I called bullshit on. Yeah,
that's right. Because you were saying no, your muscle gets eaten, not your fat. And then you gone ahead, you did your research, and what did you find out, baby?
I was wrong again. Yes.
2 times a win. I don't win very often when it comes to nutrition, so I gotta.
Yeah, I was wrong again, and I'm fine. Like, I'm fine being wrong because, I mean, I should have known from the keto thing. I should have known that it was. I was wrong. I should have known, but I guess we were already doing the 16/8 stuff, sort of. But this, we were talking about doing a 24-hour fast, or a 2-day fast, or a 3-day fast.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I was like, no, this just ain't gonna fly. And thank the Lord I did my research. I got the right information, and I was wrong again. Like, I'm happy to be wrong when the things that I'm wrong about improve my life.
Yeah.
So we did that. We started doing our best to try to maintain a 16/8 eating window, which basically meant that we don't eat breakfast. We ate from basically 12 o'clock to 8 o'clock. We maintained that stretch of window there. But we're not there anymore. We're basically now, I'm 2 to 7. Because we usually eat dinner around 6, and then I have a tendency to snack on nuts or whatever after dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm basically a 2 to 7 guy. She's what's your eating window?
I'm
same?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah. So yeah, 5 hours a day is our eating window, and there's a ton of health benefits to that. I'm not going to go into that on this one. That would be
a lot of
fun kind of
information.
thing. Yeah, it's not going to happen here because we're already meandering.
Yeah.
Whoever watches this whole thing, congratulations.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't. You know what? I probably would if I knew you.
Yeah.
Or if I knew me, maybe I would.
Yeah.
Whatever. Play it. Don't watch it. Just put it in the pocket and listen to it. But I listen to podcasts anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got into doing that, and we worked that cycle over and over. We just played with these. We played with these eating windows, and we played with fasting days, and we'd hit these plateaus of like, okay, we used to fast on a Wednesday. Well, we moved it. We moved it to a Tuesday. Then we moved our 24-hour fast to a Monday. And now we're on a thing to where between Sunday night and Monday's dinner, we don't eat. And then we don't eat again between Monday and Tuesday's dinner. So we basically have 2 full days
of
24-hour fasting there. It's not really 24-hour, but we're on 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, and then once a month we'll do a
3-day fast.
3-day fast. And that has some serious health benefits to it too.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we're at. Like, where we're at now is Sunday, Monday, super, super low fat. Super low fat, mainly vegetables and stuff. So that's Sunday, Monday. Then you got Tuesday, Wednesday, we're keto. Because by Tuesday night, we've depleted our glucose storage and we're into ketosis and all that business. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we get to eat super high-fat diet meals, which are always nice, always fun. And then Thursday, Friday, we roll into introducing some natural carbohydrates back in, some slow-acting carbohydrates, kind of like the slow-carb diet.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday's a free day.
Yeah.
It's just let it rip day. And
even on those days, though, we're not nearly as stoked about cheat days as we used to be. Anymore, cheat days are just kind of, I'll put like coffee creamer in my coffee and feel pretty satisfied. Cheat days aren't nearly what they used to be for us anymore, just because it just...
Yeah, well, why?
It makes you feel like crap. I mean, it's just... You definitely... It's one of those others where it's another thing that I like to call a blessing and a curse, because as much as I would, I'd love to just go for it and eat all the things that I used to love, which some of those don't even taste good to me anymore. Yeah. Even my taste in food has changed. It just, I feel sluggish and I don't like it. Or it turns my skin into just like a big breakout. So,
Yeah, cheat days, like,
Very light compared to what we used
yeah,
to.
I'm with Holly. Like, they're a blessing and a curse. Um, Usually on cheat days, I will get a migraine. I do feel horrible. It creates stomach problems for me. And a lot of times, lately, I'm asking myself, why am I even doing this anymore? Because if I feel so bad, why would I do this? And I don't have an answer for that right now.
I do. For me, the reason why I continue to do it, even just the slightest, is so I have that in my brain. This is why you're doing it.
Yeah,
because it makes you feel like crap.
Yeah, it's a good reminder of like,
'Cause
if you eat this crap food, you will feel like crap. And yeah, we don't want it during the week. Like, I have zero sugar cravings during the week because I am programming naturally into my brain, and obviously yours too, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, when you eat this, you're going to feel like crap. And as a person who enjoys feeling good, who does things to feel good,
Yeah.
I don't like doing things that make me feel like crap. So it's not even like we are intentionally eating less sugar on the weekends. It's just happening because when we started a cheat day, like when we did that, it was a gigantic freaking breakfast. We were eating chips and candy and like...
Oh my gosh.
When we go to the grocery store, preparing for it, right? It was just a ton of shit. It was just a ton of shit. Like, half the cart was just shit food.
Yeah.
And like, we just gorge. And like, it was literally... I remember a day, it's like, it's only 11 o'clock, I got one more hour, and like, I ate so much shit, and I felt so horrible. But there's no way that we can possibly physically do that anymore.
No.
Our bodies will shut down.
Yeah.
And like, I'm even noticing it in alcohol.
Yeah.
Like, alcohol these days, it doesn't work very well with me anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if we stray outside of like wine, beer seems to do okay with me. But if you start getting into like flavored vodkas and stuff like that, I feel weird.
Yeah.
It feels really, really weird. So even alcohol, my body's naturally telling me, like, as if it didn't already tell me naturally, like, this isn't good for you. It's even getting worse now as our bodies become more adapted to a healthy lifestyle. So I'm really having fun playing with that and seeing and hardwiring into myself habits that my body naturally says, look, you need to wisen up.
Yeah.
I'm already smart enough. I already know that I shouldn't be drinking. I'm already smart enough. I already know that I shouldn't be consuming sugar. But the process of taking those completely out of our lives is what you got to start looking at.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a glutton. You don't want to take away, just say like, dude, I'm done drinking. Because one of the biggest changes we had last year was giving up the end of the night TV time that we used to have. We gave that up, and the conversation was, okay, it feels like we're losing something here. That's what we do together. And alcohol was another one. I've talked to Holly about how long term, I don't want to drink. Like, I'm setting a bad example for my kids. I'm destroying my body. I am chemically dependent upon a substance. Like, I don't like any of those. But they have some benefits, especially relationship-wise for me and Holly. We have a lot of what we do tied up into drinking. So it's like, you don't want to just blow it up, but by being aware of it, you can begin to make the connection.
Yeah.
And you begin to see that when I do this, this happens. Okay, let's test to see what happens when we take a piece of it out. Are we still fine? Okay, you play with that for a while.
Yeah.
It's like fasting. That first day that we did a 24-hour fast, like, it felt like forever. It literally felt like forever for me. And I remember, like, I was at a meeting where they were giving out free food, and my whole thing is like, you know you're committed when you have the opportunity for something free and you don't take it.
Yeah.
And like I'm sitting there and there's sandwiches there and cookies and like
your tummy's grumbling.
and like I'm just like so I'm making coffee and I'm drinking coffee and like that was my first 24-hour fast and it felt like for freaking ever. But now it's like 24 hours, whatever.
Yeah.
My stomach rumbling, whatever. It's just fixing itself.
Yeah.
Like now it's whatever.
Yeah.
It's just part of the deal. And I generally feel better as a human being when I'm fasting.
Yeah. Well,
Like when I'm not eating, I feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we've talked to people where when they have something wrong with them, they'll stop eating.
Yeah.
You know, take a look at like when you get sick. Do you
Yeah.
want to go eat? I doubt it.
No.
Like I doubt it. You just want to curl up in a ball and recover.
Yeah.
And so you're not eating and you're sleeping. Those are two huge things.
Yeah.
Two huge things in your life for recovering.
Yeah. With the trip that we just came back from in California, Mike's graduation from the Optimized program. We landed on Thursday, and we hadn't eaten or anything for, I don't know how long it was for you, but it was at least 24 hours for me, and I was feeling really slow and low on energy and getting headaches, so I knew that I needed to eat. So we didn't know the area or anything. We wound up finding a pizza place that was just around the corner from us, and so we went and we got some pizza, and it was so good. It was a really good pizza.
It was fantastic.
But the next morning I felt horrible, and so I did what I usually do. I was like, all right, I'm just going to go on a fast. And we came back to the hotel after doing some of the beginning festivities with the Optimized group, and we had gone to Trader Joe's and got some healthier food, and I tried eating some turkey, I think it was, turkey meat, and like I was like, nope, still not gonna happen. So I continued to fast. I wound up racing on Saturday, completely fasted. I hadn't eaten.
Basically, what, 2 days?
I was almost a full 2 days in, and I didn't eat until after the race, and I had such energy. It didn't affect my performance or anything. At first I was like, should I really be doing this? Because this is the first time I've ever done anything this physically active outside of climbing Mount Adams, but I wasn't carrying buckets or weights or anything like that going up Mount Adams, so I was a little nervous about it, but it didn't affect my performance whatsoever. I was able to get up and go, and I only failed 3 of the 20 obstacles. One of them was by the hair of missing a bell.
Gotta learn how to do a pull-up. If you pulled up, you could have went, boop.
I know, but that requires... That requires more exercise.
That dead hang pull-up is a tough one.
It's a hard one.
It's a tough one, but we got the rings. Go get them, in the kitchen. Just stay on the floor and just start working your way up and bust that out. It's okay. We got next year.
Maybe.
But yeah, she brings up a really good point of ketosis and the energy that you have. The race that we did was 4 miles long. The previous race that I did before that was 14.
Mm-hmm.
I went into that thing completely fasted, in ketosis, took no food, took nothing with me. I just ran the race, and I could have kept going and going and going, because when your body's running on your fat, you have a nearly endless supply of energy. I mean, even me and my whatever I am, 10%-ish body fat, like I have thousands of calories. I have days worth of energy on me.
Mm-hmm.
Because fat has like 8 times the amount of energy that a normal glucose molecule does. That's the stuff right there where I'm talking where I don't know if it's gonna fit here or how it's gonna fit here, but
Yeah.
I could have just kept going. When I finished that thing, I mean I was ready to roll, and that's 14 miles of running, climbing ropes, hauling Atlas balls, like climbing, crawling, swimming,
Yeah.
doing all this stuff. And when your body is able to run on fat as a fuel source, you can do that.
Yeah.
And so what you see with me and Holly's diet these days is we're not on one diet. One diet is boring.
Yeah.
Like, so what we've done is we're basically on 3 diets: low fat, high fat, and a lowish slow carb. I don't know if we're low carb, but we mix it up so that it's not boring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if all I ever had to do was keto, nah. If all I ever had to do was low fat, no. Like, no, you don't have to. And the way that we structured our life is we get all 3, and we get the benefits of each, along with fasting and all that. So, on this journey, we'll take you through some things. We'll probably start doing more focused videos about things. And today's video has been absolutely rambling, and that's sort of the purpose and the point, because I'm going to tie this back to the beginning. You're seeing a creative process here that doesn't know the exact direction of where we're going. I don't know the exact direction of integrating the stuff I do with this channel, or what this channel is, with what Holly's going to do, but it's something, and you've likely seen bits and pieces of what it's going to become.
Yeah.
So these first few months or year may be meandering. We may be all over the place. We may be having like a coffee talk session like this every week, mixed with really specific directed focus videos.
Yeah.
I mean, I already know one of the videos we're going to do, it's the holidays. It's coming up. Well, guess what? Chances are you have put on some weight. Maybe you've lost it. If you have,
way to go. Proud of you.
congratulations, because losing weight through the holidays is hard.
Yeah.
But she did it.
Yeah.
I did it somehow. But you can do it, right? And you can do it, and you can have fun. And that's, I wish we would have booted this off. I guess we got 10 days, right, till Christmas?
Yes.
We got 10 days. I know you're not tuned in yet. Like, you're gone.
Yeah.
But if you're still here, let us know if you're interested in it. Because we got 10 days to get you some information so that you can make it through Christmas and New Year's, lose weight, have your cake, eat it too, and either maintain or lose weight during that process. We can do that.
Yeah.
You can do that. We can do it. But no matter what, after the holidays, we're probably going to boot you up.
Yeah.
And we'll come up with a little program. If it's something that you're interested in, we'll likely have a outline of what to do. I'm trying to come up with a one-page diet sheet.
Yeah.
And realistically, the one-page sheet could be cut out sugars.
Yeah.
There you go. Cut out sugar for the next umpteen days, and you will instantly lose weight.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, limit your breads and carbohydrates. Eat slow-acting carbohydrates at dinner. Don't eat it during the day. Like, we could come up with it now, but like, so we're trying to come up with something. That's another part of it.
Yeah.
So if it's something you're interested in, I've never said this, but I'm saying it now. Comment down below.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Like the channel. Like, I hate that crap, but seriously.
How are we?
Let us know what you want, because we're servants in life.
Yeah.
And that's what it comes down to, is that we're servants in life. And beyond this, I've asked the questions that I had of you that I was going to ask. And we've talked about a lot of different things in here. We've meandered all over the place, but we're going to close this out with a question. Folky asks a question.
Oh, no.
You made a video the other day.
I did.
Why did you not post that video?
So I made a video on about this, and I talked about how we were all over the place when we first started and everything, and how I wanted to kind of reboot Learn, Give, Love, and how I wanted my focus for 2020 to be on self-care. I didn't post it though. I sent it to Mike through Facebook Messenger. And the reason why I didn't post it was because I wanted my partner's thoughts on it as well. I wasn't sure where Learn, Give, Love was fully going, and I didn't want to, I guess, dominate or try and take over something or turn it into something that maybe wasn't. And so that's where we kind of talked about it and decided to do this questionnaire right now, is because we really don't know, and we are just in creative mode. At one point in time, I said I wasn't going to post a video every day because I wanted it to be true and honest, and I figured the only way of doing that is making videos from inspiration. Well, you don't get inspired every single day, and that was something that Mike had mentioned. I didn't feel the confidence behind the video either, because I did a lot of rambling, and I knew I did a lot of rambling behind it. But I don't write scripts. I just go with the flow of stuff. But so part of it was I didn't fully have the confidence in it. I didn't want to just take over something and not discuss it with you because you mean that much to me. And another thing was, I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to start the role of self-care.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think you have to.
No.
Right? You don't have to know exactly where you're going, or you don't have to be the perfect version of you. Like the one comment you asked for some feedback on it.
Yeah.
One of the comments that were on there was you talked about how you've been gone for so long, and then I forgot what you said, but my note was apologize, no excuses.
Yeah.
Right, because there is no excuse. We've been gone for nearly a year on this thing,
Yeah.
right? This thing.
My comment was my comment in the video was I haven't been here for a while. I would like to apologize for it, but I'm not going to because I've been busy, building a life.
Yeah, but we all know
that's not an excuse.
Being busy isn't an excuse. It's you're choosing.
Yes.
Right? You chose. I mean,
I chose.
We are doing a lot. There's no doubt about it. We're in college. I have a full-time job. She's a full-time mom. We're getting certifications this year in nutrition, behavioral change, and physical therapy.
Yep.
While still going to school, and we're likely both going to be going back through the Optimized Coach program. We're trying to change our lives. We're trying to change other people's lives. So there's a lot going on, but realistically,
it's our priority.
Why can't we take time out? I don't know how long this is going to be, 40 minutes? Why can't we take an hour out of our day and do this?
Yeah.
Why? Because we want to watch an episode of The Mandalorian or something? I mean, that's an amazing show, but, like, people choose to be entertained by their phones, which I shouldn't even have it on me. They choose to be entertained by their devices instead of actualizing themselves.
Yeah.
And I don't care what you got going on in your life, you have time.
Yeah.
You're just choosing not to use it. It's a little hard to swallow sometimes.
Yep.
But when you start to track what you do and why you do it, and hopefully you journal, if you don't, start. Write out the big 3 things that are important to you in the Optimized Coach program. They teach your energy, your work, and your love. What are your identities in those 3 realms? What are the virtues it's going to take to live those identities? So if I say my energy identity is Spartan, okay, what's it going to take for me to embody that? Well, it's going to take discipline, and depending on the day, it might be mindfulness of, discipline and zest.
Yes.
Right? Discipline and zest. So discipline, I got to do it, and I have zest, I got to have the energy to do it.
Yeah.
Some days are a recovery day. So it's going to be moderation and discipline. Like, discipline's usually always there.
Yeah.
Because it's easy for me to do at work. I have a specific routine there. It's hard to do at home sometimes. Because it's very random here with 3 little ones.
Mm-hmm.
But, so that would be my identity, Spartan. My virtues are discipline and zest. And then what's the number one action you can do for that? Well, it's either 10,000 steps or 25 minutes of exercise. Next week it's going to be a GMB program, right? It's going to be getting back into a program, not just running. Last week was a running week. This week's actually getting back in a program to develop my body into a useful tool. So next week it'll be, number 1 will be a GMB program. But depending on the day or the sleep, that number 1 could be sleep.
Yeah.
And then one thing to get better at, and usually, I don't know, today is burpees. I'm supposed to do 100 burpees a day. I only got 60 yesterday. I got to turn that around. That's a turnaround. Turn that around, get back to 100, don't miss 2 days, and keep trucking.
You did 50 more than I did.
Except the weekends are tough. But yeah, that's because of the 3 kids. So, I mean, we've rambled a whole lot, but probably what I want to touch on to finish this out is, was there any bit of fear that stopped you from posting that video?
Yeah.
Because my comment was, what?
I don't remember.
Post it.
Post it, yes. Post it.
Right?
Yeah.
Because I've been through this process of, okay, number 1, being afraid of the quality. Number 2, being fearful of judgment from others.
Yeah.
Number 3, imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Who am I to be speaking about these things? There's a whole bunch of crap wrapped up in those little packages. And there's an idea of a fear door, where you come up to a door, and on the other side of that door is your potential.
Mm-hmm.
And this video right here is a fear door, not for me, because I'm used to walking through these things, but going on the other side of that, opening it and stepping through to a better version of you.
Yeah.
Because there's always a better version of you. I would have thought that math would be applicable to my adult life, but I took trigonometry last summer and dealing with graphs and crap. And there's one type of graph that's called I hope I get it right, asymptotic or something. It's really weird. Asymptotic, something.
Yeah.
And what it does is, if this is your ceiling of potential, this thing goes all the way up really fast, and then it hangs out in this 1% forever, and it never touches maximum potential. And that is the life that we live.
Yeah.
So you stepping through this fear door and being okay with being open and honest and communicating, because I don't, one day we might be the highly produced, like, 5-minute video, this is going to change your life. But until then, it's not going to be. It's going to be a lot of rambling. It's going to be a lot of you guys seeing us be open to the fact that we're not perfect. The process that we've done isn't perfect. It's got flaws. We have flaws. And thank the Lord, there's never been one perfect person. Maybe God. Maybe. Like, maybe. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe. That's it, though. Jesus wasn't perfect. The Buddha wasn't perfect. Gandhi wasn't perfect. There's never been a perfect person, and you ain't gonna be the first.
No.
Neither am I or Ollie. Like, I bomb routinely.
Yep.
Luckily, I generally hold myself accountable for it.
Yes.
But yeah, failure's a part of the game. So
if you're not failing, you're not trying.
Yeah. Welcome to the game. Watch us suck. Because it's okay to suck. It's not okay to skip.
Yep.
So, How do we get better at anything?
Practice.
And here we are practicing sucking. If you want more details on this, you can go to my channel where I literally talk about all that crap right there in my video Thinking 10 Subscribers, because I can't tell you how happy I am to have 10 subscribers. I've been through this game before. I know what it feels like, and I guarantee you, you got stuff in your life that you're stopping yourself from because you're afraid, you're scared, and you're not willing to go through that fear door to that other best version of you. So I'm telling you, get over it, let it rip, and rock and roll. Do it.
Or as I like to say, get out of your own head.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out of your own head.
There's a statement, and this is where I wish the professional, the optimist version of me was here. But get out of your head and get into your heart. Mm-hmm. That's what you got to do. If there's anything you can summarize, we don't have a tagline on this one. I don't know what the tagline for Learn, Give, Love is. So I might have to just steal my own for the end of this video.
Go for it.
Or we can just end on this. Get out of your head, get into your heart. But whatever you do, feel better today while getting better for tomorrow. You'll see us again.
Yes.
Yeah. How long is this thing? Oh my God, it's almost an hour. It's nice chit-chatting.
Yes.
All right.
I love you.
See you, everybody.
Bye.
Zero production value. Woo! Oh God, it did stop.